One of the most important and foundational skills that we have to learn as brand new bloggers is just how to write a quality blog post. That being said, there's a wealth of information out there that can be very, very confusing as a brand new blogger. So what exactly does a good blog post actually look like? In the video today, I'm going to break down my top 3 tips that I like to follow when writing my blog posts. Let's jump into it. Answer the question at the beginning of your post with a snippet. So you've done the hard part, done the keyword research, found a query that you're probably able to rank for and write a quality post on, only to get halfway through writing the post and realize you haven't even really answered the question. Yeah, that happens a lot. Also, it might sound a little bit ludicrous. The truth of the matter is not answering your keyword research question or not answering the question early on in the blog post is a mistake I've made far, far too often when I was a new blogger. To give you an example, let's say we're writing a post on snowboards and maybe the keyword that we're trying to target is how much does a snowboard weigh? Instead of filling the first half of that post talking all around how snowboard is increasing rapidly in popularity, why snowboarding is so popular, all those different kinds of things, get to the point, be more specific and answer the question within the first or second paragraph. When answering the question, then aim to do it in a couple of quick sentences from a point of authority like you would on Wikipedia, just to increase your chances of winning the snippet. A good example to use then, if you wanted to answer this question, would be something like this. The average weight of a snowboard is 15 kilograms, 11 pounds. A small snowboard weighs 7 kg and a large snowboard weighs 20 kg. Short, simple, to the point, no fluff, and like this. You then want to format this further by bolding the text just so it stands out in the Google crawler bot's mind when they're scanning your pages, and hopefully it'll increase your chances of winning the snippet there as well. Oh, I like this angle. This is a bit of a different one. Build on your answer. Now that we figured out the beginning part of our post, come up with a snippet. What the heck goes in the rest of our blog? After all, if we just answer the question and add nothing else to our blog post, what's going to make that stand out compared to the 50 or 60 other bloggers that are doing the exact same thing? One of the best things that I would recommend is filling up the rest of your blog post and the rest of your headings by building upon the answer that you laid out in the snippet. Using the snowboarding example once again, you would answer the question with a snippet and then your first header would be, how much does a snowboard weigh? Where instead of answering the question in a paragraph, what I would do is bullet point all the different ways you went about and found this information out. Once that's done, I would then expand upon the initial query by adding additional headings talking about things like how much does a small snowboard weigh? How much does a large snowboard? Do snowboards weigh different amounts depending on what mountain you should ride? All those different kinds of things. Yeah, you can tell I don't really snowboard, can't you? Now that you've got quite a few subheadings, it would be a really good idea to fill this with additional research and information, things like tables, graphs, more detail, references, all those different things to make sure that your answer is the best one on the web. Now, not every post you're going to write is going to have this much level of detail. After all, asking the question, how much does a snowboard weigh? I mean, just from the top of our heads, we can think of, sizes, countries, styles, all those different things, right? But what if the query is a little bit more complicated? For example, let's say we're writing a post on how to build a pond in our back garden. Well, once you've detailed the individual steps of telling people how to actually do that, you might still need additional content on that post. So what should you write there? The best way to do this then, in my opinion, is just sticking to those W questions. This would be things like what you need to build a pond in your back garden. When is the best time of year to build a pond in your back garden? Why should you build a pond in your back garden? As you can tell, using this method, your posts will eventually kind of take shape themselves and they'll end up actually writing themselves, which is kind of freaky. I've been watching too much American Horror Story. Not good. Now, the main way in which this guy with absolutely zero background or history in blogging has somehow managed to put a couple of words together and somehow shockingly managed to get more people to actually read it was by using Income School's Project 24. It's the course that I follow that's basically taught me everything about blogging. So if you're interested, there's an affiliate link in the description box down below. Try to do something a bit fun, change the angles again, all that kind of stuff, but here we go. I think that one looks a little bit better. Add original content. So as I mentioned earlier on, if you were to write the same quality content as every other blogger out there and just answer the question, more authoritative sites would rank over you just because you don't have enough links to your website yet. The main way, however, that you can counter this is just by these 3 little words called doing original research. Thinking back on that, I could have probably phrased that a lot better. So what exactly is original research? Well, to summarize, original research is just information that isn't widely available on the web, and it's information that you've actually got to go out and find. An example of this then would be, once we've written our entire post using the previous two methods, what we would then do is call up 5 to 10 snowboarding companies, asking them how much their most expensive and least expensive snowboards weigh. We'd also get in touch with an amateur or semi-pro snowboarder, asking them roughly how much the best weight for a snowboard would be. We could then start new threads in forums and all those different kinds of things just to gather all this information. And again, you could also compare websites like Amazon, eBay, and just put together all that information in things like tables and infographics. It's just basically going that extra step that other competitors won't actually do. Collate that information together, and I guarantee if you were to write a post containing all of that information against a website that's maybe on the same level as you and they're just answering the question with a brief little snippet, I guarantee you'll probably win that. Blogging family. So, I'm gonna do something a bit different here. There we go, nice. So, blogging family, I appreciate this has been a very much a theory video, but if you're interested in me doing a little bit more, maybe an over the shoulder of how to add additional research, how to maybe write a post completely from scratch, leave a comment down below, let me know your thoughts. And as always, if you're interested in more videos around business, side hustles, personal development, and of course, blogging, because that's what this channel is now, absolutely smash the like and subscribe button, as it really does help out the channel. And until the next one, let's get into good light. And there we go. Look at that skin glow. Lovely. Until the next one, I'll leave you to it. All the best, gang. Bye.